Hello, welcome back to Steve's Corner. A day late and a dollar short. That's that's the way it's been all my life, I guess. I've been really slipping up the past, I guess you'd say, the whole month. I like to get one in on Monday and Friday. I just hadn't been on my regular schedule, and so here I am making one on Saturday. I don't really like to do them on the weekend, and I like to break them up by 2 or 3 days so I got time to get the comments and stuff. But and I did make one yesterday. I made one for my other channel, the Retirement Corner, and but it was so cold out here and wet. It was raining. After that first video, I went in the house and said, "Forget it." And it was only like 52 degrees, like the froze to death. Thursday was 86. You get 80, 85 degrees for 2 or 3 days in a row, and then they throw a uh, 50-degree weather day in on you, like to freeze you to death. It ain't much warmer today. I think it's about 50, 52 now. But it ain't raining. You get that rain cold, and it gets right down to your bones, that cold does. Makes every joint I got ache. It was it wasn't a fit day to be out yesterday. So hopefully it's a new month. I'll get started back up on my regular schedule. I usually make 2 videos on Monday and 2 on Friday, one for each channel. Back to back, then post them. But I just didn't get a chance yesterday. It was too cold. Went over to my little lady's house this morning. She had crepe myrtle she needed to cut out. It was starting to crowd her dogwood tree, and she'd rather have the dogwood than that crepe myrtle. She's got a handful of them around anyways. So, chainsaw do a lot of work in a short period of time, Doc. It's amazing how much help that thing is. It didn't take me no time to cut it down. I cut it down right to the ground. We're gonna leave the stump. She's got a bunch of daylilies planted around it, and they'll cover it. You'll never even know it was there. A couple of years, we'll bust that stump out of there once it stays in the ground and dies with it. I get a pickaxe and pull that thing out of there. But I got started Thursday on my daggone fence on my around my garden. I got I didn't get started till late. Went in. It was almost dark before I went in. So I only got 2 sides up. I got that third side to go. It ain't but 2 panels. Is all I got left to put on there. I'm gonna tackle that here in just a minute. And it rained all night. It come down bad on Thursday night, and then it rained off and on all day yesterday. It was cold. So I'm gonna tackle that and knock that thing on out here in a minute. Tax time's coming. Or next Saturday. Everybody better get their daggone taxes in. You don't want to run astray of the federal government. We never get any returns back. A couple $100 about all we get. My I heard one time when I was in school. I was in high school. I think it was a government teacher. I believe it was a government teacher who said that. But he said don't get a big refund. He said that means you're giving the government a free loan of your money for the whole year because they ain't gonna give you no interest on it. And so I've always remembered that, and I try to get as close to zero as I can, where I break even, as long as I ain't got to pay. The way I figure it though is that I got yeah, I need that money during the year more than I need it in a lump sum at the end of the year. It don't do me no good in March or April to get a daggone couple $1,000 when I in June when I need it, or in July, August, September when the kids are going back to school. That's when I need the money. And so we never have. But you know what? That makes me think of a fellow I used to work with. I Dennis Rich. That was his name. He died here a couple years back. probably about 4 or 5 years ago. But we started a string factory over yonder together, same day. And that second year, once we got laid off that second year, we got laid off the first year, and we got laid off for the first 4 years. We got laid off every year. That's what happened. Yeah. Well, we were laid off, laid off during this time. Let me set that down for Burma. So he says we were laid off during tax time. So Dennis calls me up. He said, "Steve, you ain't gonna believe what they did." I says, "What, Dennis? What's happened?" He says, "They sent me a check for $10,000. IRS did." I said, "My goodness, Dennis." I says, "You better not spend that thing, boy." I said, "You better put it in a savings account or something, because they're gonna come get it back." He said, "No, they say it's mine." I said, "Did you talk to your tax preparer?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "How about the IRS? Did you call them all?" He said, "Yeah, they say it's mine." I said, "Man, you better not spend that thing." So it went on for, I don't know, 3, 4 more months. We had actually got called back and went back to work. And Dennis decided to go buy him a van. He had 3 boys, so it was him and his wife and 3 little boys. So he decided he needed a van, so he went and bought him one. It weren't 2 weeks later, IRS calls him up and says, "Send him a letter." Said, "We need that money back. That was it. That was wrongfully paid out or whatever." Dennis, and Dennis didn't have it because he'd spent it on that truck or that van. So he had to make payments. I don't know, like $100 a month until it was paid off, and he had to pay them in interest. He paid on that thing for years. We were talking to another fellow over there at work in the break room one time, and he got to laughing at him. His name was Frank. He was an older fellow. I guess he was pushing 60 then, and that's been 30 years ago. Frank got to laugh. He said they were just testing you, Dennis. And Dennis says, "Yeah, I bet they won't test me again." Tickle the snot out of me. Well, I got to get on this business here before it gets held over to tomorrow. I don't plan on doing nothing tomorrow. Tomorrow's Easter. Y'all have a happy Easter. Enjoy your Easter. Spend some time with family. And we'll talk with y'all later. Y'all be good.